My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire, where we're out of the mods and back onto the beta branch. Whew, let's have a look at the patch notes, because there were a couple of gameplay changes since last we spoke. The achievements are no longer unlocked if you're playing a daily climb. It's also worth noting that in relation to the daily climb also, the people on, the beta patch, the beta branch, rather, for the game, can't compete in the same daily climb. So I have to imagine that's why, not connected to Steam is showing up here. We're about to do the daily, by the way. Let's go back to the patch notes for just a second. All-Star Daily mod has been altered to give 5 cards instead of... I think I actually mentioned that one before. Yeah, I think I've mentioned a lot of this stuff before. The Combust card was buffed to deal 5 damage instead of 4 and 6 damage instead of 5 on the upgraded version. And Grand Finale now only does 1. The rest of those I've mentioned at different points beforehand. Alrighty then, time to get into a daily climb with the Silent. With the modifier Shiny, deck is replaced with one of every rare card. Cursed Run, which of course is whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed, your starting relic is replaced with the Cursed Key, giving you an extra energy. Darkstone Periapt, giving you 6 extra max HP every single time you pick up a curse. And the Duvu Doll, giving you 1 extra strength for every curse. And Terminal, whenever you enter a new room, lose 1 max HP, start each combat with 5-plated armor. Alright, so the thing about this is a lot of these are garbage. So Grand Finale, Wraith Form, Phantasmal most of the time, but not all of the time. Corpse Explosion almost all of the time. Envenom almost all of the time, especially in this deck. We haven't got a bunch of small attacks. And Doppelganger tend to all be pretty much unplayable garbage. But Bullet Time, at the very least, will allow me to play a lot of the things that otherwise I would not be able to play. So we're going to want to upgrade that Bullet Time and find a way to get that in every hand. So, like, hardcore draw for it. Okay, there's a what, 2 elite path? It's 2 elites, 2 rests, 3 question marks. Ooh, that's a bit light. But it's the only path that has 2 elites. Dang. Dang-aronies. Alright. We're gonna need a lot of card upgrade opportunities. Oof. So this is something that's gonna be really annoying for us. Our opening set has After Image, and that's it for defensive options. So that's going to be a wee bit rough for us. Okay. We're probably going to need to rest a lot of our camps. Yeah, die. Nothing else. Let's get through to the next stand. And there's the glass knife. Beautiful. Alchemize is going to be lovely. Flechette. Okay, hang on. How many of these skills? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 19. Okay, so it's not like a higher than you would expect concentration of skills. But it's worth noting, with extra strength from every curse, Flechette is getting better, but also we're probably gonna burn those curses out of our deck quite quickly. I think we take Leg Sweep as a defensive option because we just don't have any defense yet. Venom Glass Knife, pass turn. Alright, there we go. Go for the draw, and then Bullet Time. Show me what we've got. Did that in the wrong order. Could have gotten 1 more damage off there. Okay, and... Unload. Beautiful. Another block potion. Don't mind if I do. I think I actually want to take a Noxious Fumes, just because it's so damn powerful. Does this tend towards a stall? Does it? I don't think this deck actually tends towards a stall. And I also don't think the poison is the strongest archetype in here. I think we remove, like, Envenom and Corpse Explosion quite quickly. I think we just need defense. I don't think we even take a Noxious Fumes in this deck. Huh. Alright, remove. Well, first thing we're going to do is remove the Grand Finale, because save for being incredibly lucky, that's going to be mostly unplayable for us. Hey! Blue Candle! Curse cards can now be played. Okay, so now we don't really need to care too much about our curse cards. Or the curse cards we might pick up. Awesome. All of that worked out pretty much as I would have hoped. Strength potion, probably drop a block potion for it, and we'll ignore all of those. Now, 1,000 Cuts needs to be upgraded, so does After Image, so does Adrenaline, so does Burst. Like, those are ones we're holding on to no matter what. We'll immediately upgrade the 1,000 Cuts here, because I do intend on playing a lot of cards each turn, and especially in AoE fights like this, it's going to be ridiculously important. Okay, extra energy is good. It's real good. We want that extra energy next turn, if we can get it. Okay, if we don't set up a Tools of the Trade, we can actually do something here. It's that, and then Doppelganger. In my standard decks, Doppelganger isn't good for one particular reason, and that's because I curate my decks really hardcore. So I remove everything that I don't want in there. And that seems like a trivial point to make, but it's an important point to make for one particular reason that I'm about to come up with. Here we go. Here we go. No, but it's an important point to make, because Doppelganger is basically like a save face card. Like, oh, this turn didn't work out how I wanted it to. Well, I guess I'll just Doppelganger, and then next turn's gonna be better. But instead, why not have Doppelganger and just focus on the first turn using that energy, right? Because Doppelganger, when upgraded, is X+1 for cards and X+1 for energy on your next turn. So it doesn't really pay for itself when cast for 0, right? Because it gives you 1 extra card next turn, but at the cost of getting 1 fewer cards the turn prior, and it gives you 1 extra energy next turn. That's really weak for an effect. That is magnificently weak for an effect. So unless you're casting it for a larger amount than that, you're not really getting a benefit. But if you're casting it for a larger amount than that, your deck apparently doesn't have enough good cards for you to consistently draw and play them. And almost all of the time, I end up in a situation where my deck, every single hand I draw, because hand consistency is one of the things I focus on super primarily, I end up with a hand that has enough things that I want to play. Alright. Let's be careful to play this in the right order. Okay. Beautiful. I actually managed to perfect that. Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Do I want to put those curses in my deck initially? Because draw is hard for me right now, right? Because I've got all these heavy cards I have to draw past, but I am incentivized to put draw in my deck courtesy of the Bullet Time, and Acrobatics draw in my deck specifically courtesy of the Tactician. So I think I don't take Omamori. I think I want the curses in my deck. It's also worth noting, if I can get 5 curses by the end of this run, that's going to be a score modifier for us by 100. Acrobatics, exactly what I was looking for. I've got to get After Image in my opening hand right now. It's because I can't play it early enough. Oh, that's a really good curse for us to pick up. Clumsy, unplayable, ethereal. It'll burn itself. I don't even need to use the dream candle. We also picked up the Dream Catcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. And Dream Candle, obviously I meant Blue Candle, but I said the wrong name of the wrong thing. Okay. Let's get this Acrobatics upgraded so that we can try and dig for our bullet time. Sure. Take another curse, don't mind if I do. Tough Bandages. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. Don't mind if I do. Alright. I'm not even going to Adrenaline here. I'm going to leave that in my deck and just get all of my powers active, because that Adrenaline isn't really going to accomplish much this turn. Okay, so... what if I just, like, burst the Alchemize? No. It's burst Leg Sweep so that I can keep weakness up for a bunch of turns. And then I Alchemize. You don't wake up this turn. You wake up this turn, though. So the Tactician. Beautiful. Well, I can... like, I can bullet time. But what am I going to want to put in my next hand 3 copies of? Probably just Die exclusively. Because it won't have the cost saved. You'll see next hand, right? See how all of these Die still cost... ooh, there's 1,000 cuts. Did I not play my 1,000 cuts? I thought I played my 1,000 cuts. Huh. Strange. But you can see these Die don't all have the 0 cost that they had prior. Beautiful. And we'll go for Burst, Adrenaline, Acrobatics, discard the Tactician. Now we can bullet time. Beautiful. And then we can just completely go off. Is there any ordering that I need to respect here? None in particular. Alright, the enemy's dead. Cool. Bag of Preparation. The start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. That's actually ridiculously huge for us. It's going to help get us towards our engine much faster. We should take a Well-Laid Plans, actually, so that we can hold bullet time until we have a really expensive hand. We don't even need to upgrade the Well-Laid Plans, in fact. Sure. I'm safe to do whatever I want here. Thanks to the plated armor, it didn't matter whether or not I discarded a bunch of cards to get bonuses from the Tough Bandages. Fight forever. Some gold back. Footwork. Finisher. See, the thing is, we don't actually play straight Dex cards often. We've literally just got the leg sweep. So, like, Storm of Steel, discarding a card each turn courtesy of the Tools of the Trade, and After Image give us majority of our block. So the Footwork would likely be low power for us. Just go that one. That one. Fair enough. Did not really get what I was primarily looking for there, but it's okay. Sad to have discarded the Clumsy there because I just put it back into my deck. Alright. Guess we're now playing the Regret. And all's well. We'll hold on to the Tactician, and then next turn we get to discard it. Get us a wee bit of extra energy. We don't get to discard it? What happened? What's going on around here? Another regen potion? Probably not necessary. 3 blades? Like, It's worth noting, Blade Dance is 3 energy. Sorry, 1 energy, and it gives you 4 cards to play. Which is good for 1,000 cards and After Image, 2 of the cards I intend on keeping. Got a lot of costs in this deck. Adrenaline's going to be a great thing for us. It's just a wee bit difficult to suss out, right? Because I want to burst Phantasmal Killer. Alchemize, get that regret out of my deck. And I'll just burn the Doppelganger. Cool. Everything's double damage this turn, and we've got a Nightmare Adrenaline situation. Beautiful. Get the enemy down. I've still taken no damage to the enemy, but now I've got double damage available this turn, as well as a ridiculous amount of adrenaline. 1,000 cuts up. Sure. Solid 40 damage attack right there. I don't mind if I do. And then a Storm of Steel at the very end. Get a bunch of block back for myself. And then a bunch more damage that I'm allowed to do. Beautiful. We should be able to perfect this boss with no problems whatsoever. It's just going to be the defensiveness this specific turn that I have to worry about. Alright. Now I can attack you a couple times here. Exactly twice more. Beautiful. Alright, I was just trying to make sure that I wouldn't have to use my block potion so that I could attack that many times. Was that another clumsy? No, it was a Writhe. Damn, that's actually really bad. Strength potion for us is quite important. Probably more important than a weakness. Burst is insane. Because I think we end up just doing a deck that's like playing a bunch of skills. So it's burst, you know, burst adrenaline, burst alchemize, burst. Wow, we do not have enough skills in this deck. Burst blade dance, burst leg sweep. I still think we go with the burst deck. That said, Glass Knife is dealing 11 damage twice, and upfront damage, is that something we have a problem with? I mean, a little bit. We do have Unload, we do have the Storm of Steel, we do have Die Die Die. I still think we take the second burst. Here we should almost certainly go for the Black Star. So we get 2 relics from each elite that we destroy. Sounds good to me. Alright, I can see a maximum 2 elite path, and I'm pretty much obliged to take it. After Image, Adrenaline. Alright, well, we got a problem here. Unless I want to shuffle the Clumsy back into my deck, I'm going to have to play it this turn. That said, playing it is going to deal 1 damage to me, but it's also going to give me 1 block. Oh, but if I unload, I actually get more block because the bandages. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, the unload there was definitely the correct play. It just took me a little time to see it there, unfortunately. Alright, I'm going to burst Acrobatics, because as long as I get down to... Adrenaline and... Yeah, Adrenaline and Tactician are both in my discard pile. Never mind, I'm not going to do that then. Okay. Bullet time, burst, blade dance. Now it literally pretty much just doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter what we do. We have enough cards to cast that 1,000 cuts will kill. Poison Potion's not really our kind of thing. I'm not going to want to remove a curse, but I might want to remove something else, and there's definitely going to be something I want to pick up from the shop, so let's go over that way. I could have gotten one more block there by playing the After Image first. Look, there are going to be some misorders here, because this is something... Like, I tend to not calculate what energy I'll have at the very end. Actually, you know what? Playing the After Image first would have been a misplay, because Doppelganger I want to play at the very end for X. This is actually also something that applied to a episode quite recently where I had a bunch of chokers. And that's calculating what energy I'm going to have at the end of the turn and then working back from that to the start of the turn to work out what order in which I should play. Sure, I'd probably get 5 to 10 more damage in a turn like that, but those turns tend to be insane anyway. So they don't really need that extra damage. Like, that was proven in the choke run, I feel. Like, even if we lost 5 to 10 damage, this was, in my opinion, quite generous estimate by someone. Even if we did lose 5 to 10 damage every single turn, that deck still dismantled people and protected itself all of the time. Alright, what are we going to do here? Definitely going to leg sweep. I'd like to burst the Phantasmal as well. Choose a card to retain. Take the Blade Dance because I actually want to keep the rest of those potions. Plus the Blade Dance is more damage. So this is the thing we've done before. Miracle Silent, I believe I remember calling it at the time. Bye-bye forever. Actually think I take this. Do I? I probably shouldn't have, no. If I can get that burst and that acrobatics out of my deck, I can actually have a singleton deck as well. That would actually be quite a good score modifier for me. Runic Dodecahedron is actually going to consistently be active for us. If your HP is full, gain energy at the start of each turn, that's going to be active for us most of the time because our max HP gets lowered over the course of the turns via terminal. And we also raise our HP using the regen potion. So we actually end up with max HP quite considerably often. So we'll take the Runic Dodecahedron. And then here... Bert, I am going to remove just cards that don't really do anything in this deck. Corpse Explosion especially doesn't. Beautiful. Okay. Draw almost always occurs at the start of the turn, because if I played 1,000 Cuts and then drew, what if I ended up drawing a card that would have drawn me into Bullet Time and then I can't afford to play Bullet Time? Like, draw is almost always correct to occur first in your ordering. Past that, it's a jungle out there. I'm not even going to play the Rive because I don't want to tarnish the Runic Dodecahedron this turn. Let's just get a bunch of playables out there. Beauty. Well, rest of our deck has a lot more power in it. There we go. There's the Bullet Time. Probably not going to need it considering what we just picked up this turn. Probably Burst Blade. Yeah, it's Burst Blade Dance. And then just slaughter. Beautiful. None of that. Probably would have picked up a second copy of Tactician if I could have. Probably would have even picked up the War Paint, actually. Can't, though. Didn't know that was going to be a shop, so I wasn't prepared for it. Alright, let's perfect this if we can. Really rough to have the Gremlin Leader attacking on the first turn, by the way. It's real difficult to kind of counteract that. So if I play 1,000 Cuts first, I've got After Image, Glass Knife, Well-Laid Plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I can technically do 6 casts after the 1,000 Cuts. I can even also play Writhe. So 7 casts. So 7 casts after the 1,000 Cuts, as long as I use one of them to directly damage the frontliner, means that both of the chumps die. And then the backliner, 7 casts plus 5 is 13. He's doing 18 damage this turn. If I also use the block potion, I'm safe. Awesome. I actually really want Die in my next hand, so I'm actually going to Nightmare that Die into my next hand. I'll also keep a Leg Sweep, because this guy might also just decide to attack before buffing them, which he decided to do! What the freak? These are like really uncommon behavior patterns for him. That's why I'm annoyed by it. Thankfully, I planned specifically around garbage happening, so when garbage happened, I'm fine. Actually gonna keep the Wraith form here. Still got my... Don't I? Yeah, I've still got Bullet Time in my deck. I do want to draw again, so we're going to alchemize Acrobatics to get as many cards in hand as possible. Then we'll Bullet Time and go off. Venom obviously should have played first there. There's so many different interlocking elements in the hand. All right. And then my dies come straight back. Goodbye forever. Blood Vial. At the start of each combat, heal 2 HP, as well as the Ancient T set. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. Starting the next combat with 2 extra energy, especially when we have so many high energy cards in our deck, as well as the Bag of Preparation to draw us 2 additional cards in the opening turn, is going to be ridiculous. Really handy. Quite good. Very pleased. I'm going to upgrade the Bullet Time so it's cheaper to cost so that I can dig for it harder. Play draw cards to get to it. Ooh, this is an ugly one. Because the incoming damage is 32. Alright, I'm going to play the After Image first. $26 plus 17 is 43. We don't have a chance here, do we? No, we do. We do. It's attack the backline and allow this to actively discard all of these, right? Get the discard bonus from the tough bandages. and then use the explosive potion to kill the backliner. Beautiful. Whew. That was a wee bit rougher than I wanted it to be. And just show me any damage. There we go. Bye forever. Should have used the Alchemize first there, by the way. There is so much going on here. It is not super easy to think about all of them. Like, in retrospect, you can go, yeah, you should have used the Alchemize first. But at the time, especially when you don't want to spend 1,000 minutes on every single turn, it's not always apparent. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain an extra energy next turn. That's actually kind of common. Oddly Smooth Stone, at the start of each combat, gain 1 dex, a Fire Potion, and a bunch of nothingness. Happy Flower, every 3 turns, gain an energy, really handy. I don't want to take the Pen Nib or the Juzu Bracelet here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Juzu Bracelet. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms, so we're going to get extra events. Blade Dance needs to be upgraded because a lot of the time I burst it to get a bunch of damage out. Okay, open to confidence to receive a relic, which is Ginger. You can only become weakened. We didn't get the curse though, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Gimme! Oh, it's Nuri's Codex. At the end of the turn, you can choose between 1 to 3 random cards to shuffle into your draw pile. Sure. Not bad, because I can just turn them down if I don't want them. Alright, let's draw first, just in case. I mean, I guess I'm glad I did. Yeah. None of that, though. Because it let me know to burst the Alchemize there. Alright, we are protected this turn. And then I hold on to bullet time with my retain. Just need my hardcore draw in the next turn, and there it is. Beautiful. Get all of my draw done first. Then it's bullet time. Then it's 1,000 cuts. Then we can discuss basically anything else. First Phantasmal. Play a Nightmare. Get the dies going on. Alright. And then I just play any of those dies this turn. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Strength Potion. Better than an ancient artifact. Now, I actually kind of want to rest here so that I can go into the next fight with full HP. None of that, though. I want to go into the next fight with full HP so that I can get the Runic Dodecahedron already active. I'm just not going to remove any of these rides, I guess. Alright, well, I guess I'm playing them now. Alright, I'll play Writhe, I'll play Regret, and then I'm going to use a regen potion to get my HP back at the end of the turn there. Which is going to allow me to start the next turn with the extra energy from Runic Dodecahedron. There we go. That's exactly what we were looking for. All right. We can drop pretty much anything except Doppelganger, actually, because we have a bunch of floated energy at the end of this turn. Storm of Steel, because I'm actually going to naturally play basically my entire hand here. Alright, well. Die just kills the front line. Just trying to think, what am I going to be duplicating? I think I just duplicate the glass knife a bunch of times here. Because I've still got double energy, double damage for the turn after this, don't I? Actually, I think I don't. Somehow I think that'll be okay, actually, though. Yeah, I'm starting to get a feeling that Nilari's Codex is not random. It just tries to give you cards similar to the cards you already have. Thanks to all the extra energy I gave myself last turn, we can now do this. Goodbye. All right, second boss perfected. What did I get there? Another clumsy. Hell yeah. And no stuff. We'll take a block potion over a fire potion because perfecting is so important to us. This is actually difficult. Do we need the extra energy? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I think, in fact, we want the cycling potions more than we want the extra energy from Sosu. I think we actually take the lizard tails so that we can die. That's a difficult decision to make, though. Oh, freak. All right, that boss is probably going to hit me. There is exactly one 2 elite path. Rough. Well, two elite paths, but they include, like, similar elites. Thank you, Tough Bandages, for being a GD baller. Just put 1,000 backstab in there. It really doesn't matter what I put in there, as long as it just is likely to kill if I draw it. I'll take another block potion rather than a strength potion, actually. Woohoo! Okay. Discard that, and then we acrobatics again because we still can. Now we can bullet time. Beautiful. Bunch of block potions. That's actually going to be real handy. Probably help us perfect a couple of these elites. Beautiful. Another block potion. Yay. Well, almost certainly going for card removal here. I think we get the Envenom out of the deck. Because that's just going to clunk up our hands. Especially because we don't want to play it because we'll power up our enemy. Sure. I'm trying to get to 25 relics, if you're wondering. It's going okay so far. Okay, well now I can start to play everything out of order. Okay, well Burst Phantasmal Killer is probably the only reasonable choice for a burst target here. Get ourselves up to full block there using a block potion. And then the double damage should take me the rest of the way. But face down, whenever you play a power, heal by 2 HP. I would totally take an Apotheosis in this deck. Sad I can't. Would also really take a Lantern in this deck as well. Alright. Let's upgrade that Alchemize. Lower cost. I don't think lower cost should be my priority. I think a higher effect should be my priority. Make sure bullet time is done after I've finished with all of the draw I intend on doing. Alright. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Although we did just play most of our block in that hand, unfortunately, so kind of fear for our future. Never mind, we murdered almost instantaneously. So 5, 10, 15, 19, 19, 19, 19. That kind of weighs on me. Actually going to burst the leg sweep here just to make sure that my enemy is... Sure, second bullet time, don't mind if I do. Just to make sure that my enemy is consistently weakened. Yeah, well, didn't really get what we wanted there, though. Alright, some more draw. Don't mind if I do. Hey, there's the bullet time. Yeah. Thought overall that was going to be more damage, and it turns out that was correct. Put a burst in there, so we got a burst on a burst. Beautiful. We'll burst an acrobatics. Basically just trying to fill our hand here. So that then we can go off. Well, when I say go off, what I clearly mean is, do some damage, I guess. Not that much, though. Yikes. Alright. Okay, that... I guess because of how we end up delaying between turns... The Phantasmal Killer is kind of overperforming my expectations for it. Quite pleased with it, in fact. Pain's rough. Not happy to see that. Prayer Wheel, non-boss chest now also contain cards. I'm not going to go for many colorless cards here because I don't want to lose any HP, because that HP is immediately translating into energy courtesy of the Runic Dodecahedron for us. Panache. Pretty ridiculous. Oh, Enlightenment is even more ridiculous. What are you talking about, Ryan? And it's not a power that you have to play against the anti-power boss. Beautiful. Alrighty then. Let's get set up with all our damage going on. Now, unfortunately, this one's going to be a wee bit rough. Probably going to have to use our block potions here. Ooh, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to use both of our block potions right now. So currently at the end of this turn, I have 12 blocks, so double block potion saves me. Yikes. That was rough. At the very least, we've got double damage this turn, and I think I've still got Glass Knife in my deck. Never mind, it turns out I was wrong about the Glass Knife still being in my deck, but that's okay. Happens all the time. Me being wrong in particular is what I mean. Yep, I haven't got much damage in this hand, unfortunately. It's Nightmare the Alchemize there. I'm gonna burst the Alchemize. Just trying to get myself potions that are useful. Put a Calculated Gamble in my deck. That would actually be really handy to draw. Potion the first wasn't particularly helpful. Potion the second. Could be, could be, could be. Potion the third, not that helpful. Well, I can't kill this turn, so let's get that out of our heads. Beautiful. And then just make sure that we discard enough to be fully defended here. Yikes. So that did 1 damage to me, but I think because it was a curse, it doesn't prevent my perfect. In fact, I think someone actually specifically pointed out that a regret that had triggered on me in a couple episodes ago did not prevent me from perfecting that boss. Toxic Egg, a Bottled Flame. We'll do after this, possibly. We'll put Die in our opening hand, because that's actually going to be quite potent for us. Because of the chumps that we start fighting in the upcoming area. Alright, we're actually going to drink a strength potion here as well. Because we've got an alchemy potion. Ouch. Yeah, I can't stop myself taking damage on this one. That's unfortunate. Very much a not great opening hand right there. Ouch! Again! Not good draws. Alright, well, I can kill this turn. Just brutally kill them. Missed out on the perfect there, but we did get Thread and Needle at the start of each combat. Gain 5 plated armor as well as calipers at the start of your turn. Lose 15 block rather than all of it. I think that's also my 25 relics now, right? 10, 15. I need literally one more relic. Oh, crumbs. I don't have an opportunity to get it. I'm exactly 1 relic short. If I purchased 1 more relic in a store, I would have an extra, I think, 50-point modifier. See, these dex potions won't actually do that much in the final battle because I don't actually utilize dex that often. Yeah, 4 days in my deck is rough. Should be an Enlightenment first, actually, because I would have saved some extra energy to use with the Doppelgangster. A lot of misordering going on here. None of it's going to have a consequence. But it is worth mentioning that a lot's going on, because otherwise I'm going to be told a lot's going on, like I don't know. Alright, well. Wee bit of a rough turn for us. Thankfully we're still defended. Got him! Oh, no I didn't. Thought I had him. Okay. Well, we're gonna rest before the final fight now. And here we go. Let's perfect this one, eh? Those 2 powers are pretty much non-negotiable. Ooh, 3 draw this turn? Yeah, super handy. Bullet time, beautiful. Probably didn't need to play the tools of the trade there. And discard that shiv and get a new shiv. Yeah, better shiv. Those frontliners are just going to die to AoE. Alright, let's burn those out of our deck. Actually gonna make that duplication. And then with a block potion I'll be saved this turn. The reason I made that duplication is because the Blade Dance is just so damn effective in terms of the return. It's really impossible to pass over. So I've got 30 block right now. If I unload, I'm going to be fully defended. Sure. Escape plan is just a benefit in this deck anyway. Drop a burst, but I am going to burst acrobatics. I'm looking for hardcore draw here. Beautiful. Because I was looking for a really good bullet time turn, which we can now have. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can do this without using the glass knife, that'd be really handy. Not going to be possible. Giving the enemy a hell of a lot to work with here. I'm going to have to blow them up real quickly. Burst, Phantasmal. Burn that out of my deck. I'm also going to acrobatics. God, this would be a lovely hand next turn. Throw another bullet time in there and retain a burst. This is the turn that scares me. Actually, no, it's not. It's the turn after this, isn't it? So I'm going to burst a Blade Dance, and I'll burst a Phantasmal Killer, so Unload is going to be the one that I use the least in here. If I burst both Phantasmal Killers, would I have just had Lethal that I just completely missed there? Both Phantasmal Killers, both Blade Dancers? As it turns out, yes. Yeah, I would have had Lethal. 1,153, okay. So we did get Beyond Perfect. We also got Champion, 5 Champions, so we could have had 25 more on that. We could have possibly done that a bit faster if I didn't spend so much time complaining about the misplays that I was making. You know. Giant misplays here. And curses we specifically went for if we also neglected to pick up the second copy of Burst or Acrobatics. Because I don't think duplicates of curses prevent you from getting the Highlander bonus or whatever that is in particular called. For the moment though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you next time.